Hello,
Ma'am, you are very less audible.
hello. Now, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Now, is it okay? So, do you have any idea about correlation and regression? No idea. Okay. In the last class, we have discussed normal distribution. No? Only. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, then give me 1 minute. Is my screen visible? So, today we will discuss about the probability distribution. Two types of probability distribution are there. One is continuous probability distribution and the second one is discrete probability distribution. In probability distribution, two types are there. One is continuous and other one is discrete probability and continuous probability. In discrete probability, two types are there. One is binomial probability distribution or binomial distribution, the first one, and the second one is Poisson's distribution, right? And in continuous probability distribution, one probability distribution is there which is called as normal distribution. Okay, so today we will discuss about the discrete probability distribution. Now there are two types of variables, actually random variable and discrete variable. A random variable is a function or rule that assign a number to each outcome of an experiment. Random variable is the variable or a function or a rule which assigns a number to each outcome of an experiment. Alternatively, the value of a random variable is numerical. One variable is there for every type of probability distribution. One variable is there, and each variable consists of one value, and the characteristic or type of this value is of numerical type, right? Now, when you flip a coin, at that time only two variables or two outcomes are there. One is 1 and 0. In decision science or in analytics, actually 1 means true value, right? Basically, 1 means true value. It reflects yes, okay, and 0 means false value. Whatever the process is there, provide the false value, okay, and whatever the decision is there or whatever the processing unit is there, if answer in terms of false or results in terms of false, what actually it means? It means no. Decision science is a term, or analytics is a term where you analysis something and answer in terms of either yes or no, whether the particular model is correct or not, whether the particular processing system is redundant, free or not, whether the particular system provide the accurate prediction or not. In case, even in case of logistic regression also, in logistic prediction also, whenever the prediction, forecasting, future analysis, data analysis, all type of these analytics provide a result, and a processing system should be there which provide the result either in form of yes or no, whether the particular existing processing system provide is accurate result or not, or a correct prediction or not, or uh, a good prediction or not. So decision always made up of only two terminology, either yes or no. When we process the data, when we analysis the data, we deal with one and zero, right? Whatever the output will be there, that is in the form of one and zero. The one reflects true, zero reflects false. What does this true and one means? This true and one means yes, and zero and false means no. Is this clear? Yes, class. Is this clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Then when you flip a coin, you will get a two outputs, either one or zero, right? One means head, zero means tail. Now, discrete random variable and continuous random variable. What is discrete random variable? A variable type. Listen it carefully. A variable type which is having countable number of value, or which can consist a countable number of value, is called as discrete random variable. While continuous random variable, a type which is not discrete and not countable, means had number of value. What should be the graphical representation for this discrete random variable? This is my x, right? This is my y. In general, we consider x here and y here. Agree? Agree with me? So this is x equal to 1. For x equal to 1, y equal to 2. For x equal to 3, y equal to 5. For x equal to 5, y equal to suppose 6. Then again x equal to 7, y is equal to 3. Then x equal to 8, y equal to 2. Suppose. These are what? Countable. How many observations are there? 5. Countable numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. While in case of continuous random variable, the type of or the graphical represent for this, suppose it starts from x equal to 0. So this is something like this, right? Are you with me? This is a continuous type. One whose values are not discrete and not countable is what? Continuous random variable. Okay. Then a probability distribution is a table or formula or graph that describes the value of random variable and the probability associated with these values. What it describes? It describes the values of random variable. Why random variable? Because uncertainty is there, runtime execution is there, or dynamic variation is there. So random variable and the probability associated with these values. Two types of probability distributions are there. Discrete probability distribution. One is discrete probability distribution. Second one is continuous probability distribution. Now, in any type of probability distribution, we assign the random variable or variable name by the capital letter X, or any alphabetical character in capital letters, and the value defined it by the small letter, right? Now let's discuss one example. Read this example. Yes, done. Yes, class. Reading done or not?
Yes, I'm done.
Then what the data given is number of persons and number of households, right? Now we have to calculate the probability or the relative frequency. How to calculate relative frequency or the relative probability? What exactly the meaning of relative probability or relative frequency? Relative word meaning is individual individual frequency or the percentage of individual portion of a particular event upon total number of events, right? Individual upon total. Here, in this case, your total value is 116. So to calculate the relative frequency, relative probability, what we have to do? We have to calculate the individual probability by individual probability upon total probability, right? This is individual, this is total. Every you have to divide each unit by 116. Why? Because 116 is the total. Is this clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing, listen it. When you add all the relative frequency, the total of relative frequency is 1, right? When you add all the relative frequency, the total of relative frequency is 1, right? So see this query, what is the probability? What is the probability there are 4 or more person in any given household? 4 or more. How to convert this statement into mathematical statement? To convert this statement into mathematical statement is P probability. It's a P variable X. 4 or more. More means greater. 4 means equal to 4. Are you with me? So What does it mean? It means this is the type of cumulative frequency distribution where the probability of this particular event is depend on P4, probability of 4, probability of 5, and probability of 6 and 7, right? Px greater than equal to 4. How many favorable events are there? All the events which are having x value greater than 4, greater than and equal to. So P4, P5, P6, P7. When you add all these values, you will get the probability for Px greater than 4. Is this clear? Class, is this clear? Yes. Taking the relative frequency and then solve this. Okay. Relative frequency, how to calculate relative frequency or relative probability? The simple logic is divide the individual frequency upon total frequency, right? When you divide all the individual frequency upon total frequency, the addition of all the values should be equal to 1, right? Because it is a relative respective to the portion of a individual frequency with respect to the total. Here the total is 1. In case of or percentage, the total will be 100, right? Are you with me? By this way you can calculate. Determine whether each of the following is valid probability distribution or not. Now tell me. A is valid or not?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, the total is not 1.
Exactly, because the total is not 1, so this is not the valid probability distribution. 3 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, it is 0.9. It is not equal to 1, so this is not valid. Now add this one. What about B?
Yes, ma'am, valid.
It is a valid probability distribution. What about this?
No, ma'am.
No, I think it is 0.99. Right now? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Let x be the random variable designing the number of spots that turn up when a balanced die is rolled. What is the probability distribution for x? Tell me. When a dice is rolled, suppose x, how many outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now? Agree or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So the probability of each individual event will be, how to calculate probability? 1 by 6. No, it's not 2 by 6. For the event 2, it is also 1 by 6. For the event 3, it is also 1 by 6. Favorable upon total, right? Probability, to calculate probability, the formula is favorable event upon total event. When you calculate it, x equal to 3. Probability for x equal to 3. How many favorable events are there? Only one, this 3, right? And total event 6. So the favorable upon total, right? Are you with me? So read this case. Develop a probability distribution for X, the number of color television per household. How to develop now? Tell me. Number of color television 0 to 5, number of household this one. So to develop a probability distribution, what to do? Yes, class. What to do? First, calculate the probability distribution for this. No, no, no. Conditions are all already given. What should be the solution for A?
Ma'am,
Develop the
first we should total everything and then divide it accordingly to find the
exactly,
probability.
exactly. First, we should add all the values. This one, right? And divide individual value by the total, right? Let's solve this on Excel. Your mode of examination is offline or online?
Ma'am, mostly online.
Online.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One minute. Huh? We can discuss this on Excel also. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the case given. Total number of televisions and number of households. See, right? Right now.
Yes, ma'am.
So what to do? First, calculate the individual frequency. Agree?
Yes, ma'am. First we will total it and then we'll divide it with individual to find the
Yes.
probability.
Yes. So to get the total, which function is there? Sum. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Select
Some.
all the value and enter. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Or should I repeat it?
No, ma'am.
So to calculate individual probability, what to do? Individual, select that cell upon total.
Photo.
Since this total cell is fixed for all the calculations, all the cells, right? So what I can do, I can fix this address by the simply F4.
F4.
Okay. By simply a dollar sign, you can convert the relative address into the absolute address, right? And enter. Now here one plus sign is there, just double click on plus sign, you will get the answer. Are you with me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear? Now what to do next? What is the condition? The first is Px less than 2. Px less than 2 means favorable conditions are Px less than 2. How many events are there? So P0 or x equal to 0 plus the probability for x equal to 1, right? And yes, two cases also should be there na, because equal to 2.
Yes, ma'am. Equal to 2.
So P x equal to 2. Agree? Yes, class, agree with this or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
P0, 1, 2, addition of all this. Directly we can apply the sum function, add P0, 1, 2, right? And enter. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you can do it manually also. If the examination mode is offline, at that time you can use the directly, you can calculate it by directly calculator. Okay. Now for Px greater than equal to 2, favorable condition greater than 2, huh? So Px equal to
3.
3, very good. Then Px equal to
4.
4 and Px equal to
5.
5. Right now, same sum 3, 4, 5. This one, enter. Right? For this Px greater than equal to 4, 4 and 5. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So by this way you can calculate the probability distribution. A simple probability distribution for the given data. First calculate the relative probability by the individual upon total, right? And then calculate the particular probability. Okay? Or the probability for the particular case. Is this clear or not? Now see this one. Using historical records, a personal manager of a plant has determined the probability distribution of X. The number of employee absent per day. This one, it is. Find the probability for Px greater than equal to 5. What to do? Px greater than 5. Now tell me what to do. Sum of
P is equal to 6 plus P is
6
equal to
and
7.
7. Right now?
Yes, ma'am. 0.02.
0.02. Px P x less than 4 and sum of less than 4 means 1, 2, 3. Agree? Are you with me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
See this one. Now calculate it. Do it now. Manually. Only 4 observations are there.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
can you send this all Excel sheets?
Yes, yes, I will. Done? In this case, only 4 observations are there, so you can calculate it manually. No need to send it. Hmm. P x greater than 0. What should be the answer?
0.8.
0.8.
I think all are same.
Yes. P x greater than equal to 1. What should be the answer? 2, 6 and 8 means 0.8. Right now? P plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8. Then P x greater than equal to 2. Then what should be the answer? Greater than equal to 2. Again 0.8. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Any query, any question, any doubt? Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Same is here. Now let's discuss binomial distribution. Now class, listen it carefully. Binomial distribution is the probability distribution that result from doing a binomial experiment. What are the condition for an experiment to prove that particular experiment is the binomial experiment? Okay. The first thing, in binomial experiment, number of trials are fixed. Listen it carefully. Binomial experiment consists of fixed number of trials. We represent the number of trial by n. Okay. Each trial has only two outcomes, either success or failure. Binomial experiment consists number of trials. We represent the number of trials by n, and n each number of trials has only two outcomes, either success or failure. right? If the probability of success is P, right, then the probability of failure will be 1 minus P. Okay? The probability of success is P, the probability of failure is 1 minus P. The trials are independent, which means that the outcome of one trial does not affect the outcome of any other trial. Means all the outcomes are mutually exclusive. I repeat, the outcome of one trial does not affect the outcome of any other trials. Means outcomes are individually exclusive or mutually exclusive, right? Number of trials are fixed. Each trial has only two outcomes, success or failure. If the probability of success is P, then the probability of failure will be 1 minus P. Okay? Then this is the formula. Note it down. We'll solve one question manually and one question on Excel. Okay? To calculate the probability, the formula is Px factorial n upon factorial x factorial n minus x p raised to power x 1 minus p raised to power n minus x for x equal to 0 to n. Note down this formula, please. Noted.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Now read this case. Okay, can I proceed? Class.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, the quiz consists of 10 multiple choice questions, right? Each question has 5 possible answers, only one of which is correct. So, what should be the probability of success?
1/5.
1 by 5 means zero point 0.2, right now? Then, what should be the probability for failure? 1 minus zero point 0.2,
0.8.
so zero point 0.8. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we have to calculate the probability. See here. Total number of events are 10 because total 10 questions are there, right? And probability of success is 1 by 5, so it is 0.5, sorry, zero point 0.2. Now check whether it is a type of binomial distribution or not, or binomial experiment or not. There is a fixed number of trial n equal to 10, right? And answer can be either correct or incorrect. So probability of correct answer is 0.2, does not change the question from question. It is fixed for all the question. Agree? Each question has five options. One option will be correct and the rest of the four option will be wrong. So the probability for each question, for question 1, for question 2, for question 3, it is 0.2. So it is fixed.
Yes, ma'am.
Agree? Each answer is independent of others. Yes. Maybe question 1, the answer of question 1 is C part. Then answer of question 2 is B part. The result of 1 is not affected by the result of 2, or result of 2 is not affected by the result of 1, right? Means both are outcome of both the events are mutually exclusive. Agree? So this is the type of binomial experiment. We can directly apply the formula. For which condition? What should be the query? What is the probability that Pat gets no answer correct? No answer correct means what? Probability of x equal to 0. Agree? Are you with me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the probability that Pat gets no answer correct means p x equal to 0. So x equal to 0, hence we want to know this. P0 factorial n, right? Factorial x, factorial n minus x, p raised to power x, 1 minus p raised to power n minus x, right? Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Now for this expression, in the numerator factorial 10 is there, right now? Sorry for this. In the numerator factorial 10 is there. In the denominator, the value of factorial 0 is 1, and this 10 minus 0 will be again factorial 10. So this will cancel and result 1. Probability of or the if the power of any number is 0, the answer will be 1. Agree? 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. 0.8 raised to power 10. When you calculate it on calculator, you will get 0.1074. Do it now and check whether the answer is correct or not. Yes, class. Is this correct answer?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what should be the interpretation for this? When you convert this into the percentage, you will get 11%, right? Means Pat has about 11% chance of getting no answer correct using the guessing strategy, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that means he failed in all the 10 questions, keeping all the wrong answers.
Yes. Okay. Now, what is the probability that he gets two answer correct? So, what should be the mathematical expression for this? Two answer correct, x equal to 2, right? When you put all the values, you will get 0.3020. Means Pat has 30% chance of getting exactly two answer correct using the guessing strategy. Class, are you with me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you calculate, or the probability of a particular event is the addition of the probability of previous event, such type of calculation is called as cumulative probability. I repeat, when the probability of a particular event is the addition of the probability of previous events, then such type of probability calculation, or for that particular event, is called as cumulative probability distribution, right? Like px less than equal to 4. What is the probability distribution or the expression? All the conditions for all the events for px equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 2, 3 and 4. So these are the individual probability. When you add, you will get this answer. What should be the interpretation? About 90% probability that pet will fail the test using the luck strategy and guessing strategy. Right? Are you with me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the same thing we can do on binomial on Excel also. One formula is there. See, given the binomial random variable with n equal to 6 and p is equal to 0.2, use the formula to find the probability. This is the case. See, with n equal to 10 and p is equal to 0.3, use the formula to find the probabilities, right? Now n equal to 10 and p equal to 0.3. Here we have one function binom dist. Binom dist, right? It required 4 parameter: number of success, trial, total trial, probability of success and cumulative. See, when number of success trial, what is the number of success trial for p x equal to 3? What is the number of success trial? It's a 3, comma, trials, total number of trials 10, comma, probability of success 0.3, comma, probability cumulative. Is it a type of cumulative frequency or cumulative probability distribution?
No, ma'am. They are not
Okay.
greater than or less than symbols are there.
Exactly, because we are calculating the probability of for a fixed event which is x equal to 3. There is no greater than and less than sign in this case. So this is not a type of cumulative. When it is not a type of cumulative, insert 0. Otherwise 1. Then enter. Is this clear, class, or should I repeat it?
Clear, ma'am.
You can do the same thing by the binom dist function, which is in data analysis. One function is there. In my data analysis, it is not there. Okay, no issue. You can apply this function directly by the binomial list. Okay. Now for this, what should be the entries? Number of trials, success trial for Px equal to 5 is 5, right? Then total number of trials 10, then probability of success 0.3, and probability of, is it a type of cumulative? No. Then this one, right? You can convert this into the percentage also, equal this star 100, right now? Or simply equals the value of this cell, you can directly set it by the percentage. Are you with me, class? Here, number of success trial. What to write here? Tell me.
8.
8. Then total number of trial 10.
10.
Then probability of success 0.3,
3.
and probability of, is it a type of cumulative?
0.
0. Here also, right? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now solve this question manually. Solve this manually and tell me the answer. Solve all these three parts. I am coming in 1 minute. Yes, done.
Then, ma'am.
What is the answer for this? Yes, class. What is the answer for Px equal to 2? Hello, am I audible?
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Hmm. Yes, done.
I'm getting an error.
Why?
Num hashtag num. I'm getting like sort of error. I have taken 6 trials. I mean 6 comma number of trials is 2. Probability is 0.2 and it is 0 final attribute.
No, in starting Teja, you have to put 2, then 0.2, then 6. No, the 2, 6, and then 0.2, comma 0. If it is not converting.
2.
How to calculate this equal binom dist, right? Binom dist, then number of success trial 2, agree, then total number of trials 6, then probability of success 0.2 already given, and type of, is it a type of cumulative frequency? No, so the answer is 25%, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the
Yes, ma'am.
answer for this Px equal to 3?
Can we do
I'm
without
8%.
8%?
0.08.
0.08. Let's check. Equals binom test 3 comma 6 comma 0.2 and 0. Yes, this 8%. What is this? What is for this? X equal to 5.
Ma'am, very close to 0. 0.1% something. Very close to 0.
Yes, class. Are you getting the same result?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now solve for this. take a screenshot and solve it in Excel and show me the result. Everyone. Yes, done or not? What is the answer for this?
17%. 17.11.
17, 1 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then for
0.09. That is 9%, ma'am.
okay, then for this
90.9%.
90.9%. Okay, then
Ma'am, here we have to give true only, or I'm not getting this point, ma'am. For greater than or equal to, we will give true for the
true.
cumulative frequency.
Yes,
What I mean, how we decide true, ma'am? It is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. For both, it
in
can't
both
be
the
the same.
case.
No, ma'am. The answer has to differ, right? The
No, no, in
probability.
both the case for greater than equal to also true and for less than equal to also true. Because it is the type of cumulative frequency, no?
Yes, ma'am.
What, what,
Cumulative
what, ex-
frequency.
what exactly the meaning of this Px greater than equal to 16 means all the probabilities of 16 to 25.
Yes, ma'am. Right means 16, 17, 18 up to 25 it will go.
Yes,
And below case is probability is less than or equal to 16. So 0 to until 16 it
16.
has to come.
Yes,
So the
yes.
answers has to differ, na, ma'am.
No. For this case, you have to consider greater than all the conditions of greater than. Here you have to consider all the condition of less than.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. I mean, how we show that in formula? A formula seems to be same for both.
Same formula.
Can we solve man last two?
Binom this number of success trial here also 16, right? Then 16 to trial 25, then probability of success 0.7, and yes, it is a type of cumulative. Answer will be
32.
same in both the case. Okay. Yes, class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then
Ma'am, the answers has to different. I mean, what I'm saying is we are calculating the probabilities from 16 to 25. That is one answer. And from 0 to 16, obviously the answer will change, right? If you use the same formula, you will get the same answer, na, ma'am. Like we have to use 1 minus something, or is there any other formula to get this?
no. I think in case of greater than, you have to do one minus that less than value.
That's what, ma'am. Greater than, I have to do 1 minus
Yeah,
of
one
probability of
minus
less than.
because it is a greater than sign. So in general, when we calculate the area of greater than, so what you have to do? First calculate the. This is the same answer of less than, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
for the greater than, the simple logic is one minus this value. We will get the idea this for greater than,
So,
right?
yes, ma'am. Together, it has to be one value.
Yes,
All probabilities. Yes,
yes. That I am doing, right? Is this
yes, ma'am.
clear? See, it is 100%. So class, whenever you want to calculate greater than, you have to do 1 minus less than probability of less than even, and then you can solve. Okay, done. Yes, done or not? Anshul, can you please share your screen? Anshul, are you there? Can you please share your screen? Shares.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I actually came outside with my mother to the temple, so that's why I can't, ma'am, right now.
So you are listening my lecture in temple.
Ma'am, earlier I was at home only. At that time, I was giving answers also, but now I just came to the temple.
Okay, Shreyas,
Yes, ma'am.
can you please share your screen?
I'm logged in from my mobile, ma'am. My laptop's not working.
Harshal, Harshal, are you there? Share your screen, please. Please share your screen, Harshal. Yash, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, ma'am, just give me 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Last one is remaining for me.
Okay, do it now. Aditi, please share your screen. Uh-oh. Ritvik, Ritvik, are you there, Ritvik? Sleeping? Faizan, can you please share your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Click on B2. Okay, and C2. C2. Maximize your screen. Okay. What about the other previous question?
Ma'am, I did it on this only, and then I erased it, ma'am.
Everybody has to join on a laptop now. What is the use of this lecture? Teja, please
Yes,
share
ma'am.
your screen.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Hmm.
And this is the question I have wrote.
Hmm.
20 greater than 1 minus less than. So I have calculated first less than and 1 minus of less than greater than.
Okay.
8 plus 32, 100%.
What about the previous question?
Ma'am, I have done the here only, ma'am. Like, and I have erased and I have done here.
Okay. So class, from next time onwards, you have to log in from the laptop. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. I think I should stop here.
Ma'am, attendance.
Attendance.